Let me tell you a story about a beloved teacher who went for a morning jog and never came back. Mrs. Elena Harper wasn't just a teacher, she was the teacher. The kind who remembered every birthday, stayed late to help struggling students, baked cookies for debate club, and somehow still ran 5 miles before sunrise every day. Inside Harbor Brook High, her classroom smelled of cinnamon and dry erase markers. Her walls were covered in inspirational quotes and student achievement photos, and her smile was warm enough to convince even the most troubled teenager that they mattered. Principal Donnelly once said, "She's too good for this world." He had no idea how right he was. On a foggy Tuesday in October, Elena laced up her neon pink sneakers at exactly 5:12 a.m., like she always did, kissed her sleepy husband Carl on the forehead, waved to her elderly neighbor Mrs. Clark tending to her roses, and jogged into the mist curling across Clearwater Park. She never returned. When Elena didn't show up for first period English literature at 7:45 a.m., staff grew uneasy. By 8, the front office was calling her phone. By 10, police were scouring the trails where she ran each morning. What they found sent a chill down every spine in town. Her phone, smartwatch, and water bottle were lined up neatly on a wooden park bench by the trailhead, almost like someone had displayed them. No scuff marks, no drag patterns, no sign of a struggle. She had simply vanished. Search teams flooded Clearwater Park for days. Helicopters buzzed overhead. Volunteers in neon orange vests waded through riverbeds calling her name. Find Mrs. Harper started trending across the country. At night, her students left letters and flowers taped to her classroom door, praying for a miracle. But just as faith hit its peak, whispers began to roam the school hallways. A substitute teacher stepped forward, claiming he had overheard an argument behind classroom 102 a few weeks before Elena disappeared. A heated confrontation between Elena and a 17-year-old senior named Andrew Miller. Now, Andrew wasn't your average teen. He was Harbor Brook's golden boy, star quarterback, straight A student, homecoming king. He was handsome, polite, destined for a scholarship at State. No one wanted to believe it. But rumors tore through town, stolen hallway glances, private tutoring sessions, emotional late-night text conversations. Investigators, skeptical yet curious, pulled Elena's phone records. What they found blew open everything. Thousands, literally thousands of late-night messages between Elena and Andrew. Flirty inside jokes, emotional confessions. And on Elena's laptop, a single unsent draft email. "We need to stop. Someone will find out." Suddenly, the perfect Mrs. Harper didn't look so perfect after all. Security footage from a gas station near Clearwater Park showed Andrew's red Ford pickup turning toward the trail at 5:19 a.m., just 7 minutes after Elena jogged into the mist. Police brought him in for questioning. Andrew claimed he only wanted to talk, to clear the air after Elena tried to end things between them. He said it was all a misunderstanding. Detectives weren't convinced. They obtained a warrant to search Andrew's truck. Hidden beneath the bed liner were microscopic droplets of blood, positively matched to Elena Harper. When police raided his school locker, they found a garbage bag taped behind the wall. Inside were Elena's missing running shoes, crusted in mud. Andrew Miller was immediately arrested for second-degree murder. The town exploded. Half the parents wept, insisting he was just a kid pushed to heartbreak. The other half whispered that Elena had crossed a line and may have paid the ultimate price. The once adoring community of Harbor Brook High was now a town on fire. Then came another twist. While everyone was focused on Andrew, investigators quietly started looking at Elena's husband, Carl Harper. He came across gentle. He cried on television interviews. But detectives discovered Elena had withdrawn over $23,000 in cash just 2 weeks before she disappeared. She had been texting someone listed only as Jay, writing things like, "It's almost time," I'll tell Carl soon. Was Elena planning to run away? Was she pregnant? Was she leaving Carl for Andrew or someone else entirely? Then, 74 days after her disappearance, a hiker spotted a neon pink sneaker poking through mud on the riverbank 2 miles from Clearwater Park. Under a shallow grave, they found Elena Harper's body, hands bound with duct tape, skull fractured, and brutally suffocated beneath a layer of wet earth and roots. Examination confirmed she had been alive when she was buried. Even more disturbing, there were 2 sets of boot prints leading away from the gravesite. One matched Andrew Miller. The second, at first glance, looked like they belonged to Carl, but forensic analysis proved something shocking. They belonged to Officer Liam Hayes, the lead detective who first arrived on scene and had stood beside Carl offering condolences at every vigil. Under interrogation, Officer Hayes cracked. He claimed that after Andrew accidentally pushed Elena during a confrontation, he panicked and called Hayes because Hayes owed him a favor. Andrew had discovered Hayes had been stealing narcotics from the hospital supply closet, caught once by Elena, and threatened to go public. Terrified of losing his badge, Hayes helped Andrew bury the body. The 2 men lowered her into the ground while she was still breathing. As if this nightmare wasn't dark enough, recorded jail calls captured Andrew laughing, saying, "She was never going to leave with me, so I made sure nobody else could have her." The courtroom gasped as the jury delivered its verdict. Andrew Miller, guilty of first-degree murder. Officer Liam Hayes, guilty of conspiracy and evidence tampering. Carl Harper, cleared of all charges, but hollowed out forever. Harborough retired Elena Harper's classroom number, 102. The hallway where she once lit up every day now holds only silence and a wreath. Mrs. Clark, her elderly neighbor, swears that sometimes, before sunrise, she sees a flicker of pink in the morning mist. They say trust is what makes a small town beautiful. But this town learned sometimes the darkest monsters aren't strangers lurking in the woods. They're the very people we already let in.